Ministry of Fisheries to host consultations this week in efforts to strengthen the sector. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report.
Get ready to witness the ultimate sporting spectacle at the Horizon National Athletics Championship 2023. This two-day event is taking place on March 11th and 12th at the Kerani James Athletic Stadium with a jam-packed schedule of middle and long-distance races, sprint races, field and jump events. This is an event not to be missed. Come see Track Blazers, Ace, 473 MVP, Fusion, Rising Stars, Velocity, New Track Club and schools will be competing to showcase their talent and vie for national supremacy. This is the final opportunity for athletes to qualify for the Carriacou Games. Admission $20. Children under 12 can enjoy the excitement for just $10. Also, don't miss out on the big showdown in the senior men's 400 meters between Commonwealth semi-finalists Michael Francois, Adian Peters, Troy Mason, and Simile Felix. It's the Horizon National Athletics Championship, March 11th and 12th at the Kerani James Athletic Stadium. Get your tickets now.
With the details to the news for Monday, March 6th, I am Rikisha St. Louis. The Ministry of Fisheries is hosting two consultations this week as part of moves to strengthen the fishing industry. The first session will be held on Wednesday, March 8th at the St. Andrew's Methodist School in Grenville. It will target fisherfolk on the east, covering St. Patrick, St. Andrew and St. David. The second will be held the following day at the St. John Anglican School in Guelph for those in St. John and St. Mark. Both meetings will begin at 4:30 p.m. The meetings will provide an opportunity for Senator the Honorable Adrian Thomas, Minister of State with responsibility for agriculture and lands, fisheries and cooperatives, to address fisheries management and development and to lay out plans for driving the sector forward. Justin Rennie, technical specialist in the Fisheries Division, says the minister will present initiatives to move forward, enhance capacity and provide a better service of the fishing communities. He will also hear of the concerns facing those in the sector.
Some of the key issues on the west, for example, we had the issue of security of the fishing fleet. As we know, St. John and Guelph, to be specific, is one of the largest fishing areas in the country, and that area has suffered significantly from the loss of fishing items, boats, engine, gears, and things of the sort. So that concern will be addressed. As a matter of fact, we are in the process of addressing the whole issue of the lighting of the beach and the entire port area. You know, those will be lighted, and so to create an illumination. We are asking all fisher folks, and not only fisher folks, but persons that have an interest in the industry. You could be a consumer, okay? If you're a consumer, you have an interest in the industry, come out to the meeting, because it will be important, because one of the things is that fish, as we know, is a valuable source of high protein, and we need to ensure that our local consumers benefit from the industry. So not only the fisher folks, but persons with an interest in the industry can come out to those meetings.
Princess Royal Hospital and clinics in Carriacou and Petite Martinique are now better equipped after receiving a donation from the United Nations and the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO. More than US $100,000 worth of medical supplies and equipment was recently handed over to Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Honorable Tevin Andrews, to be distributed to the health facilities. The donations are part of a commitment to support developmental projects. It was made by Resident Coordinator for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Didier Trebek, during his visit to the islands in August 2022. Minister Andrews expressed gratitude to Mr. Trebek and PAHO for their contribution towards the healthcare sector.
I'm happy that the visit took place, and we are seeing the fruits of that visit. And I know that the medical team at the hospital level and community level will be very much appreciative. And we want to call on other organizations and groups to continue to support the medical efforts here in Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
Some of the items received included stretchers, ultrasound table, medical reception chairs, trolleys, and digitizers. Community health nurse Danette Blair St. Bernard and Dr. Liana McLaurin Ciesa are optimistic that the supplies and equipment will mean more comfort for patients and will also improve the overall delivery of healthcare on the island.
We would like to thank the UN resident for supplying us with these needy items. We know that they have visited Pitimatnik, carriacou, all the different medical stations, and they see our need and they did promise and they fulfill their promise. So we are indeed grateful for whatever equipment and supplies that we will be receiving today.
All of these supplies, especially our ultrasound bed, I know that the patients will be more comfortable and our technician will be very grateful. So this would improve our ultrasound facility. And we just want to say a hearty thank you to the UN resident and to our minister, our Ministry of Health. Thank you so very much for hearing our plea, our cry, and we are very grateful and we accept many more gifts. So on behalf of British Royal Hospital, we are very grateful and we thank you very much for your participation in our health system.
During his visit in 2022, the resident coordinator visited 3 UN-funded projects: Hillsborough Smart Health Center, Princess Royal Smart Hospital, and Limley Farm. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Have you noticed an increase or decrease in your electricity bill? You know that changes in the fuel and non-fuel rates affect your bill. You should also be aware that changes in household activities affect your bill. Ask yourself these questions. Have the rates changed? Have there been more people at your home? Have your children been on holiday? Have you used your fan or air conditioning unit more often to beat the heat? Are any of your electrical appliances or equipment faulty? Have you added any new appliances such as transformers, water heaters, or pumps? Make it a habit to understand any changes on your electricity bill. For more factors that affect your bill, visit www.grenlec.com. Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
The Cabinet-approved Marijuana Commission will soon be housed in one central location. That information was shared by Minister of State with responsibility for agriculture, lands, fisheries, and cooperatives, Senator the Honorable Adrian Thomas, during an interview with the GIS. The 12-member commission is tasked with organizing broad-based consultations and engaging in public awareness on the policy decision to legalize cannabis within a legal and regulatory framework. It will also prepare a final report with advice on the design of a new framework for marijuana production and sale for medicinal purposes.
The office has already been identified. They should have occupied by March, by February, but for sure they will be occupying it in March. The lease agreement is, the Ministry of Legal Affairs is looking at it now so that we can get a space and they can establish a secretariat. We have people like Mr. Clouden on that commission. We have people like Rolanda McQueen, Vincent Roberts, Kennedy Roberts. We have some young people there also. And they will be looking at the legislations from the various countries, St. Vincent, Jamaica, Canada. By the middle of the year, we should have a draft in terms of, so we have given the commission one year to put all the necessary structures in place. Within that year, we are hoping that we'll be able to decriminalize the marijuana so that people maybe would not, the police and the people just with a little 2 ounce on them would not be because you cannot be pushing the legalization of marijuana and every Monday morning you go to the courthouses, 12 and 15 young men standing in front of the magistrate.
Minister Thomas says his administration has no intention of legalizing marijuana simply for recreational purposes.
Our objective is to go medicinal, medicine. And that is where we want to pay a lot of emphasis. So once we get that preliminary work out of the way within the next 12 months, we are hoping for the next 2-3 years, we'll be able to really and truly establish an industry in Grenada.
Consultations will continue to ensure that the public is informed on the process and objectives of government's decision.
They'll be going out to the villages, going out to the communities, and having consultations with the ordinary people, explaining what it really means and how we go about the process. There's nothing called too much consultation. Even though some was done by the previous administration before, we think there is quite a bit more to do. The teachers, we'll be involving the teachers also, having some workshops with the teachers so that they can pass the information to the young people, and so that they would not get the wrong concept, because the concept of marijuana that it is an illegal drug, and you do not want people to continue on that line. So you want to educate the people, and the school will have a critical role to play. The primary school, the secondary schools, the workplaces, the general public will be consulted.
Members of the Toastmasters International in Grenada have concluded the first in a series of youth leadership training for students. The 5-week pilot program was held at the South St. George Government School for students of grades 4 and 5. The training focused on goal setting, team building skills, discovering leadership styles, conflict resolution, preparing speeches, and developing impromptu speaking skills, among others. Toastmaster and training facilitator Anna Henry told GIS the training focused on harnessing the soft skills of the students, skills that are not nurtured during school. She is hopeful that it can be a continuous program so other students and schools can take advantage of the training.
This is a first for us at the South St. George Government School. It is our hope that the program doesn't end here, but the students would take the learnings that they got and apply it not only in school, but in their families and in their different communities. Would there be a next time, once the school permits, and we can make this program something that happens either annually or biannually? We would definitely love to partner with them and to continue to have this program so that we can get our children to just grow and develop into beautiful young people that could make their contribution to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
Principal of the South St. George Government School, Davis Adams, commends the Toastmasters on the initiative, which, based on his observation, was a huge success.
I'm really proud of the 5 weeks of work that the boys and girls did, and it showed up, and it's showing up in their actions and in their behaviors. So I must thank the Toastmasters of Grenada, the group that reached out to us, and let them know how proud I am to have been selected, my school, how happy I am with the work that they did, led by Ms. Harry and Ms. Cameron and all the others who participated.
A few participants and parents say thank you to Toastmasters International.
I feel good that I was in the Toastmasters, and what I liked about it was the activities they gave us to do and how I could be part of a team to help them. I just feel very happy to be here right now.
As a parent, I first of all must say how very proud I am of Chelsea. I always encourage her to learn to speak, especially in crowds and so on, because she seemed to be very timid at times. So I believe that this program would have assisted her to develop a little bit of confidence in whatever she does. And as a parent, I'm very proud also, to see that the school has taken up the initiative and welcomed the program. So many times of late we can see that social media and so on has taken up a lot of children's time. They no longer speak with each other. They're always on the phone and so on. While that is good, we can limit it. And I believe the Toastmasters Leadership Program will help children to understand and to appreciate the ability to speak with each other, to know that it is okay to communicate with words, socializing and so on physically.
We are very happy that when she was selected to be a part of this program that we allowed her to go. We have seen a rise in her confidence. The program had helped build her confidence and her reading skills. And we think that communication is extremely important in any aspect of life. So we thank Toastmaster for this opportunity and for helping our daughter to become even better.
The program was really fun. It helped build my confidence. It made me talk more. I paid attention more in class.
And it was fun.
I learned that to be confident in myself, always help others, don't be mean to others, always be kind, believe in yourself, and put your mind to whatever you want to become into in the future.
That story just ended the national report for Monday, March 6th, recapping the top story. Ministry of Fisheries to host consultations this week in efforts to strengthen the sector. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rikisha Sendui saying thank you for joining us.